Alright, this is Mr. Questions number 26, and if you were already lost and you didn't know who Mr. Questions is, well, there is Riddleman from Batman, or the Riddlester. I think I have called him both of them names. His full name, of course, is Riddlester, the Riddleman, so I was never wrong anyway. This book, it's all about Mr. Questions. Real name, Vic Question. He is another of the charlatan characters that DC own now. He was famous in the Watching Men film, where he says, I am not trapped in here with you. You are trapped in here with you. On that front, here is Riddlester in jail after another defeat at the hands of Batman. But this time, he is quickly let free on a technicality. They screwed up saying the Miranda rights, that is like the policeman's catchphrase. They messed it up and said it wrong, so Riddlester, he is allowed again free. We have got a guest appearance from Gary Oldman, and he tells Riddlester that he should take this lucky break as a hint to pack it in and stop breaking the law. And now we go now to Mr. Questions, who is beating up Santa. And only now do I realise that the reason I probably put this comic on the review pile was because I wanted to save it for Christmas. I rarely have any Christmas comics. Who knows, maybe I'll decide to review this one again. One of my criticisms of this book, though, and it is the case with all the issues I have got of this series, is that Mr. Questions, he isn't the most interesting character. I think for this series, they made him too zen, and I'd prefer him being a jerk like he is in the first issue before he takes up meditating and yoga. And I think that is reflected in this book because of all the characters, Mr. Questions, he's like the boring one. Here he is just fighting a bunch of goons, and really it is the Riddlester who is the one to watch. Here he is on a coach that, as you can see, is mostly empty, but somehow he wound up sitting next to a woman. I'm going to be polite and call her a hag. She probably has one of them Anglo-American names like Amber or Ginger. Also, her hair changes colour halfway in. Her backstory is she used to be a stripper, and straight away there is this connection between her and the Riddlester, and you think it's gonna just be a love story where love conquers all, and Riddlester, he decides to go straight because of it. When I say gone straight, I mean he goes heterosexual and he also stops breaking the law. Here we have got Mr. Questions. He is a bit battered and bruised and tired from all his questioning. And we slowly start to unravel that this floozy, she is not the salvation for the Riddlester at all. She is a minger with criminal ideas, and she just carries around an Uzi, and she wants to rob everyone on the bus. I mean, good luck with that, it's fucking empty. She's trying to talk the Riddlester into helping her, and he's kind of reluctant because it doesn't fit his MO, his modus operandi. So instead, he convinces this slag to reimagine her idea of robbery, and instead offer them a riddle, and if they get the riddle wrong, she shoots them dead. Suddenly she's just not robbing them anymore. I mean, she is fucking mental, and she is the worst kind of mental because she's not even pretty. In a convenient twist, Mr. Questions is also on the bus. He got on it the page before, down there. His car broke down. It was probably just vapor lock. And so we have got Mr. Questions trying to de-escalate the situation. She's proper ugly though, isn't she? She looks like a fucking monkey in lipstick and a wig. And not like a good looking monkey, like she's not one of them monkeys from the 2001 version of Planet of the Apes where they used attractive actor people's faces as a basis for the ugly CGI monkey faces. So her and the riddlester, they do this lark. They ask this bloke a riddle and he gets it wrong. And blam, 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 he is dead, Jim. And along the way we get the sense that riddlester, he isn't into this at all and he's just ganning along with it really. There's not really any art in it. And the woman, she really does get progressively crazier and uglier on every page. Then when she threatens a black guy, that is when Mr. Questions shows his face, because Mr. Questions, he didn't care when it was a white person being gunned down, but if you threaten to shoot a POC, then he's not going to stand for it. His name is Vic Question, and Vic is probably short for virtue signal. So Mr. Questions, the progressive ally that he is, he turns the table and he starts asking a variety of riddles himself, and they are all existential riddles, which causes Riddlester a lot of angst and confusion. And then he starts beating up Riddlester, even though Riddlester's not the one with the gun. This Mr. Questions is just a white knight, if you ask me. He doesn't even lift a finger to hurt the lass. The lass ends up running away, and her fate is she runs across a bridge that collapses and she falls into a frozen river and dies. And we end with Mr. Questions and Riddlester almost being mates as they ponder the world's big questions. We end with Mr. Questions saying that he will give Riddlester that same opportunity that woman gave the people on the bus. If the Riddlester answers a riddle correctly, then Mr. Questions will let him go free, and if not, he will hand him out to the popo. This is a fine, self-contained parable. It's nice to see a book outside the Batman line give some exploration to Riddlester, and I think my feelings that Mr. Questions is made into like a stock action character without much depth. They're really only massively evident if you read a few issues of this series. I do love a simple standalone story, and this is one of them, so I rate it 7 thumbs up.